Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting five, who you kidding? Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Ladies, you can pull up, we could talk, give advice. Fellas, we could laugh, we could joke about life. Gut shake, Kyrie, Bella, Austin, get it right. Yeah, it's your mans and them, it's your mans and them. Come and kick it with the coolest young man you can sit in. Going through some shit will get you right, come and listen. Y'all ain't messing with the starting
Right. Somebody cancel the Instagram.
You could connect it to YouTube to that?
I'm listening to it. Alright. We are on YouTube. Let's have a lovely transition. Have a lovely transition up here.
Yeah. Oh shit!
You know how you did last week?
We live.
We are live on YouTube right now.
We are live.
Alright, are you guys ready? Are you ready for this?
Let's get into it.
Alright. You are now watching Yah Mans and Them live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man's Shakespeare.
And we are
Your man can them live.
Nah, we're gonna have to do that again. You had a muffled mouth.
Muffin mouth?
A muffled mouth. Muffled. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And this what?
Who's getting blown out?
Word. And this is Yah Mans and Them live. All right.
Was that supposed to be in unison?
It was trash. We gotta work on this after the show.
We definitely do.
All right, about an hour or so.
Yeah.
How y'all doing, man? I'm with my niggas. What's up, man?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
How y'all doing, man?
Wait, are you gonna drink that hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He gonna
Just
drink
bad patience.
He gonna drink it with his cold.
It's too hot. You know how Brooklyn niggas drink their hot coffee. Hot chocolate.
All right, I've been waiting for this moment, man. Every Wednesday, I look forward to the next. Just want to let y'all know this is like my dream. I'm living my dream right now. Just sitting in my bedroom with y'all.
Shut the what?
Pause.
You acting like Tank right now.
Speaking of tanks,
Smooth. Smooth.
Tank is wildin'.
What he
First
say?
of all, what they talking about canceling Tank for saying what he said.
What?
But like, if you say something homophobic,
you get canceled.
you get canceled.
Canceled.
So
Wait,
you
people,
can.
but it's probably straight people like us
So
that are
we-
canceling.
so people like us are canceling
I
Tank.
mean, straight. I don't know.
You talking about straight men?
Yeah.
What did he say exactly?
Alright, basically he was on a.
Let me tell him.
Nah, I'll say it. He was on a.
I don't think you can say it the way I say it.
Alright, go ahead.
Not gonna say it.
What you mean by that?
I gotta say it.
He was on a podcast with Angela Yee, and basically they were just talking about. So his theory was that if you tell a lie once or twice, that doesn't necessarily make you a liar. He was saying like he was a construction worker before. He did construction before, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a construction worker. So Angela Yee asked him a question. She said, "So if like something about giving fellatio to another man."
Sucking dick?
Exactly.
Sucking dick for money?
She said, "Does that make you gay?" And he said, "If you do, I say you can take over from here because you definitely said that part."
Ain't no if after you ask a question like
Nah,
that.
there was no if.
What did he have to say?
Well, he basically said, you can suck dick once to see if you like it, and suck dick the second time to confirm if you like it or not. And if you don't like it the second time, or if you do like it, that don't make you gay.
Nigga,
No, he said-
what?
So Tank out here giving head.
That's crazy. You got people out here like trying shit out like, nah.
I'm sorry.
Not my taste.
No, you suck dick, you gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I all agree with.
Yeah, that's it. There's no coming back.
Cause it's not like it's food. You try food one time. No, not for me.
It's not like you're changing jerseys.
Nigga's a whole penis. Like,
I mean, technically you are.
I mean, you can't go back to the original team.
Yeah, no, you can't. No.
I mean, you can, but you still.
I get what he was trying to say though. I
Yeah.
understand, like, but saying that was
Bad analogy.
that was a bad.
that was a
analogy.
very bad analogy. And Angelique threw it in there, but you're supposed to be like, nah.
But I feel like it's a double standard for females. I feel like a female could eat pussy. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
And then she'll try it one time, like, let me see if I really
Absolutely.
like it. They try
You're
it
too
again,
sour.
Nah, not for me. I'm not the pussy connoisseur.
I feel like it's hard.
It
to
was
come
looking at
across,
me.
It's hard to come across a girl who hasn't done something with another girl like ever, and
That's
like,
because it's
Seriously?
a double standard.
yeah, most women that you speak to nowadays, they've done something with another girl.
They've kissed
Even
another
if
girl.
it's just kissing.
Yeah.
All the girls kiss
Yeah,
girls.
like
It's just normal, bro.
It is.
Niggas
Yeah.
go to the bathroom together.
I ain't never
When the
know
last time a nigga asked you to come with him to the bathroom?
I
Don't
feel
ever
shit.
ask me
I
to
was-
come to the bathroom.
You ever had bathroom buddies in elementary school?
no, bro,
No.
That was your thing.
Pre-K? No.
That was your thing.
No,
Now, you know what's
pre-K,
the
you had a bathroom partner or some shit like that. Like
No.
I was at a daycare, you had it like if you had to use the bathroom, it was just kind of like
Was
to
your
make sure.
partner a kid or an adult?
I was a kid and he was a kid.
Wait.
We were
Alright,
kids.
cool.
This
Like,
is
I'm about to
getting
say
a little
what camp.
pedophile.
I'm about to say what camp was that?
Why you said
Weird.
adult?
Anywho,
That's like, yeah, in the bathroom. I'm coming.
I didn't get it.
Shit got real dark.
Word.
Yeah.
Like the coffee.
Bro, come on.
The whole
My
You
bad.
can't do that right there,
My
bro.
bad. My bad. I can't control this sometimes. Just gotta let it out.
Yo, NBA season started.
Oh my gosh,
Shout out to the NBA season.
that was a great
Boo.
transition, Austin.
I'm just saying.
Boo.
Alright, so what y'all want to talk about? Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I want to talk about something, but y'all want to sit there
Don't
and
say y'all. Say them three.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to talk about
Yo, hearing Gus talk
See,
about that.
meanwhile, I had something to talk about. Now you're like,
Don't say me.
I'm sorry.
Nah, shit. I can carry this conversation.
Let's go.
Alright, so listen, Halloween is coming up. Y'all going to any Halloween parties?
What?
Fuck Halloween.
So what you say about the NBA?
NBA Halloween. She had
Yo, let's talk about how LeBron not looking like LeBron.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I think we just have mad expectations for the Lakers. I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna be the fourth top team in the West. I think Denver's gonna be better than them. But
I think Denver's gonna be better. Houston's gonna be better.
yeah, I agree.
And
Definitely.
the Clippers
And the
are gonna be
Clippers.
Clippers are gonna be
Yeah.
better.
I think the Lakers
Golden
are
State
overrated.
might
I think their
come up,
bench is trash.
Yeah, Golden State is gonna be better than them.
No.
Yo, you
Klay
see?
Thompson is not playing, bro.
Yeah, but my guy D Loden is on the team
Who?
now. D Loden
Man,
hitting them buckets.
he's mad inefficient, bro.
I just feel like one, LeBron is trying to do too much. He's trying to do way too much as far as being a facilitator. Like, we know you could pass and all that, but you going out your way to really like get Anthony Davis the ball exclusively. And
Well,
then,
you don't know what the game plan is. That could be the game plan to start the season, and then they change it up towards the mid, and then
but they be way more dominant together. Like, why are you just trying to give him the ball? If I'm giving him the ball, I'm expecting LeBron to cut to the basket, the ball back. Like,
But
don't,
he's not.
not. He's just
not
giving.
playing, he wasn't playing aggressive. But I think that's the coaching, to be honest.
It's definitely the coaching.
Damn,
Definitely.
Vogel.
Yo, random question. Y'all ever tried pumpkin spice stuff?
Yo,
Being that we're in the spirit of Halloween,
like
just
a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, you ever tried?
Pumpkin spice
I
latte.
have tried.
Yo,
That
Pumpkin
shit,
spice muffins.
that shit has
Good.
mad sugar though. Like I used to get it in the morning, like early in the morning. I stopped.
You used to
getting
get
that
sugar in
shit.
the
I
morning.
thought
I
that
felt
was
mad.
strictly.
Yeah.
I thought it was strictly for white people.
I felt mad. I'm not gonna lie, it's
gotta
good as
try
hell.
some
It's
things,
mad
you know?
good. Like I see why they go crazy for
yeah,
it.
pumpkin spice is pretty good.
It's mad. Why did you bring that up though?
I don't know. You ever
Halloween,
have
man.
random? Yeah, you talking about Halloween, and every time he's
So we was having this
Wait,
whole
can I finish what I
conversation,
was
and you
saying?
was the whole time.
Hold
you
on,
was sitting
Kyrie,
back
Kyrie
thinking-
speaking. You ain't
Yo,
gonna cut
thinking,
me off.
thinking
Chill.
about a
Chill.
pumpkin spice latte.
Chill.
Well, I just had the coffee, so
And the coffee. And the coffee.
I was just thinking about the latte, and figured to see if you guys ever tried it.
Alright.
That's what you did.
Alright, come on. Let's
You
get
never
into the
even
shit.
had
Let's
it.
get into the shit,
I
guys.
feel like you.
Come on,
Yeah.
come
They
on.
don't got no Starbucks in Brooklyn.
All right.
Wait, why
All
are you
right,
drinking
everybody.
hot
Where-
chocolate?
Everybody.
Where is this?
Everybody.
Like Brooklyn don't got
Okay.
no. Where this joke?
They
come
do
from?
have a Starbucks.
Like who started this joke?
Shake.
Gus.
It's definitely shake.
Shake about what?
I'll
About
take-
Gus about what?
I'll take
Shake about what?
full responsibility.
About what? Jokes?
Shake is gonna live in Brooklyn in the next few years. I guarantee it.
And it's not gonna be safe.
And he gonna love that shit.
I guess.
Shake gonna fit right in.
I'll call you when I'm on my way back.
All right. Are you guys ready
Yeah,
to
we ready.
get into the hot topic for tonight?
Yeah, not like
Yes.
that like that.
Can I get some whoop whoop?
I think. Woo, woo.
That was a.
All right. Topic of tonight, guys. We're gonna be talking about growth. All right, growth is very important. And we have a lot of areas of growth we can discuss. We're gonna start first with ourselves. I can say for myself, I grown a lot because 5 years ago, I probably was more annoying. What? I think I'm so annoying.
Where you going with this?
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
Everybody can share their own personal growth story. All right, to be serious though. All right.
I just didn't know that's how we started.
That's what I was saying.
Go
like,
ahead, bro.
Okay, we already here, right?
Yeah, we
All
here.
right, let it ride.
This nigga
Don't
car-
second guess. Don't question it.
Nigga car neutral.
We in the gravy.
Nigga drive the car.
All right.
That nigga call it neutral.
All right, so we're gonna be talking about growth tonight. What would you like to discuss?
Yo,
what?
yo. So today we gonna be talking about growth, outgrowing relationships, outgrowing friends, outgrowing families. We're gonna be talking about signs that you've outgrown your relationships, and
Signs of growth.
signs of growth, and that your relationship might be on the downfall.
Damn, that you reading that off the top? That's crazy.
Signs that you're growing, you might be outgrowing your career or just outgrowing certain situations in life. And we're also going to be talking about how you could promote growth in your life and how each one of us individually, what we do to incorporate certain habits or certain daily things to,
And
so
more-
we can grow as young black men.
I could have said that better than you.
So where y'all trying to start? That was a lot.
I've been waiting. So.
All right, let's talk about outgrowing relationships, right?
Right.
What type
Now.
of relationships?
We can talk about
Let's
intimate
talk about
relationships.
couples. Yeah, couples.
Intimate relationships, your girlfriend, boyfriend.
What's the question?
Whatever way I can go. All right. So when do you know when it's the end of the road? When do you know when you are on a different space? You're in a different space mentally from your significant other. And what do you do?
You mean like in a good way or a bad way?
Whichever you feel.
What is
You
what?
can't give me too many options. You gotta pick one. Or
All right, so
Which one do you favor more? Talking
I
about
don't
the negative or the
favor any
positive?
of them. Bro.
So I feel like we can I feel like outgrowing a relationship sometimes can be tough because you don't know whether or not you're leaving a relationship sometimes too early, and you don't know whether or not you should just like stick it out and try and work on it.
Yeah.
Like for example, for marriages, like a lot of marriages end up in divorce sometimes because two people don't necessarily want to put the work in to fix things, and they just feel like, all right, this is over with. Like outgrowing someone is kind of difficult to put into perspective.
How can you tell when something's fixable? Like have you ever came up with like something in your relationship where it's like, oh, this is the end of the road, but it might be fixable. Like what? Like is there something that's like, all right, now there's no coming back from this, or do you at least just try to fix it? Because I see a lot of people like when I feel like cheating, people try to fix the relationship after cheating, then it just ends up with the other person cheating on the other person, and it just goes down the road, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
hard to fix trust.
Yeah.
It's hard to fix that.
It also depends on how much love you have for the person that you're with. Like if you really, really care about them, if you really feel like, man, like I could see myself living the rest of my life out with this person, then why not fix it? Why not try and put the work in to fix whatever y'all got going on, whether it's cheating or whatever happens.
So the heart will make you tolerate shit. So it depends on how much you love the person.
It depends on how much you love the person. Yeah.
But you don't think that your standards can say, F what my heart is saying. You broke this personal standard.
Absolutely. And that person has that right to be like, I'm done with this. Like I'm done with it. But that person also has the right to say, I can look past this.
All right. So in a relationship, you can either grow together or grow apart. Clearly, when you grow apart, there's certain reasons why. You have any specific reasons why you can your people possibly grow apart in a relationship?
I got one. Just the compatibility is not there anymore. Like the conversations y'all was having, it just doesn't have the same effect. Like, you talking about something and just it's dead, it's radio silent. But like there are times in a relationship when that happens. But like, I just feel like like okay, like we really are growing apart. Like,
I feel like that's an example of something that can be fixed though.
Like, I feel like, no, I agree. I feel like it can be fixed, but I also feel like you may realize that like there are just way too many things about each other that it just may not be fixable. Like maybe deep inside you're better off with somebody else. We both are better off with somebody else. You can attempt to try it, but maybe you just
don't want to.
But what you were like pointing out, you were saying that kind of like the flame fizzles out, right? Like you were saying, you guys don't talk about the same things you used to talk about. So it's kind of like the fire that you had in the beginning is not there anymore.
But how would you fix that?
You have to do things to rekindle that fire. You have to do things that you did in the beginning. A lot of times people.
That's a good question.
Yeah, because it's so easy. It's so easy to say you can rekindle that fire, right. And I also feel like it depends.
It's not easy.
Hold on. I also feel like. I got you, brother. I also feel like
you gotta tag people in again. Sorry.
I also feel like it's not easy, but I also feel like you deep inside know like maybe you're just not meant for each other. Like you can't keep trying and trying and trying. Like one person may feel better about not. I don't know where I'm going with this.
But tag me in. I think it's about.
But I pull a ghost moment. I try to cut myself off.
Can we think about like? Can you say it's effort? Like, say if you're putting more effort into trying to, I guess, fix the situation, the other person is just like, just in and out with it. That could kind of discourage you.
It has to be mutual. You can't have one person trying to fix the relationship and the other person gave up. Like if that's the case, then you have to.
I need some details.
So if you
tell me something that you do to rekindle a relationship.
Okay. For me, for example,
new sex moves.
No.
What?
Wait, that's a given.
If your relationship is on a decline and y'all try some new sex moves and that shit hitting,
that's not gonna work.
This nigga, what's this?
I feel like the problem would have to derive from sex.
Thank you. What if it's not about sex?
No. Yeah, but you're right.
Why sex only?
That's not gonna work.
No, but
though.
sometimes a problem can transfer into your sexual.
Yo,
right now I'm talking about
women. Regardless of how good the sex is, if you're not doing things right, on the other end of the, like, if you're not doing things right in your relationship in general, she's not gonna want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
If you're not having, like, for example, let's say, I was in a relationship once, and we when we first started, messing around, we went out a lot. Like we went out almost every night. We were somewhere. It doesn't matter like if we was, going to the park. Somewhere, it could have been somewhere subtle, just like we were always together at night, whatever, just having random sex. Yeah, we was having random conversations. But when we actually made it official,
I thought you meant like y'all having sex. I thought you meant like random, like y'all was having sex at like these places. I'm like, oh. Wow.
I mean, yeah, we had sex at some of the places, but.
So being a little adventurous might be
right. Being adventurous, but when we actually made it official, there were certain things that we stopped doing. So we stopped going out as much. And I stopped caring about the little things. Like, I stopped caring. It was me, yeah. It was me. I stopped caring about the little things. I stopped caring about trying to impress her on dates. Like, making her feel good.
But why did you stop? Maybe you did.
Because when you get to a certain point, you feel complacent. You feel complacent and you don't feel the need to do the certain things
anymore. You're not putting
like,
in the same effort.
Exactly. Yeah. You already got kind of you just there. You got the prize, and she has you, and
what's
you
the
just
prize?
The prize is your girl.
I asked. Speaking of prize, speaking of prize,
Savage of the year.
Speaking of prize, I was talking to my friend today, and she was saying that.
Damn, bro.
she was saying that women are more of a prize than men. That's what she was saying.
Who said women are more of a prize than men?
My friend, she's a woman. She was saying like I'm the prize. I was like, you don't think the dude's the prize too? Y'all don't think y'all 50-50? She was like, no, I'm the prize.
That's the thing that I like.
That's bad.
This was always my question that I feel like I'll probably never get an answer to. Like, when does the chase stop? When does the chase stop? Like, we always we're always like chasing the girl. We always in pursuit of her. Then when we finally get her, it's to chase to keep her, like not entertained, but interested in us. And then then to keep her happy. And it's like, when is it like on both sides in a way? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it seems like it's not on both sides. It's like,
I've been in situations where the girl chased more than I did, and I felt like maybe when I did talk, I was seen more as the prize than I seen her as the prize. So I feel like it works both ways.
I don't feel like
It's just
you need to be chasing though. Like at a certain. And when you're in a relationship with someone, why are you guys chasing each other?
That's what I'm saying.
Before your
No,
relationship.
but sometimes when you do, when you are with the person, then you still chasing them in a way because they feel like sometimes they feel like they the prize to the point where you got to keep
impress
me.
Keep
Impress me. Yeah.
A good
keep my interest. Keep my interest.
I think people forget that one party goes more above and beyond for the other party.
Choppity chop chop.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Chops.
So there's always gonna be that one person that's gonna be chasing. It may not be like to the point where it's a lot, but
in a relationship,
I think so.
Nah,
I believe
I
that there's one party that loves the other party more.
Because I don't feel like we should call it chasing. Maybe there's more investment given than
Okay,
to the relationship than
invest
the other person. But chasing, like what? Why am I chasing?
That's what he meant, right?
How
Is
you know
that
that's
what
what
you
he
meant when
That
you
is
say
what I
chasing?
I kind of think we talking about the same thing, but you just don't
It's
like the word.
just
Yeah.
word.
All right, let's say that. I don't like the word chasing.
What? Because you're not gonna chase
Well,
somebody.
let's say
However,
settling up.
I
You
do
want to
feel-
settle up, right?
I do feel like a
You
good
wanna chase
woman.
up?
You said that?
I do feel like a good woman is a prize. Like I feel like having a good girl is definitely a prize.
Of course.
Would you consider yourself a prize?
Hell
too?
yeah, nigga, I'm a catch.
Nigga.
Okay.
All right, so
Fish boy.
so we all agree basically that there's opportunity for effort when it comes to outgrowing your relationship, right?
When do we get there?
When did we? I'm still trying to hear some more.
Because you
Passion
always talk
wise,
about
okay.
telling me
How
how
you
you
spice
spice
it, how you read.
Okay,
We
so
relationship.
in a relationship, I realized that's a part of growing is figuring out how to keep that spice there, that passion. If you lose the passion, your relationship will go downhill.
So what do you
So
do
let
to
me
keep
get
it?
there.
I know, but
Let me get there. I had to reintroduce to somebody who just came in. Calm that shit down.
Who just came in?
Nobody.
Somebody came in.
It's like
Somebody
500 I left.
Hey, shh. Alright, so what I would do to spice it up is new scenery. Like maybe going to small trips, traveling, things of that nature. Maybe new restaurants or even just like spontaneous.
How you gonna
Spontaneous?
if you travel with your girl and y'all your problem is not like if she don't like the way you acting at home, right?
Take her on a trip back home.
What makes you think that taking her on a trip is gonna fix it?
Because you guys can get in a private setting where you're able to talk more and spend more time.
Maybe he act different at
Yeah.
home. He act different at home than he act on the street.
And
Like,
then
so it's like
Who? You talking to me?
you.
What you know about
So
me?
it's like maybe she.
Little daddy.
Oh god.
Maybe she don't like how you are in your own setting and taking a trip somewhere, seeing you in a different light, away from different people, like Shake, making him laugh the whole time.
Nah, bro, you didn't hear what he
I
said.
don't even care.
Bro, you have to hear what he said. He said, "What you know about me?" So I said, "This nigga think he little mama." This nigga said, "Little daddy," and the way he looked at me, that's why I started laughing. Like, it's not me.
it's you. It wasn't that funny. It wasn't that funny.
I made
shit.
a good point.
You made a very good point.
I enjoyed it.
No, pause. Alright.
Come on, Gus, talk.
Alright. So I'm just gonna challenge what you said, right?
I did that already.
he definitely did.
Alright, well.
I challenged him for you because you was calling Shake Daddy.
Whoa. I ain't said that.
What kind of time are y'all on?
Alright, throw the shit
Y'all
out.
on that tank time.
Shake, tell us something that you do, please.
Swallow. My bad. Shit.
So something to do to rekindle the flame, right? So that might be doing the simple things you used to like, because sometimes when you get in a relationship, your partner be like, oh, you don't do the things you used to do.
You don't lick my booty no more.
Where did that?
Hey, sometimes you gotta get.
Sometimes you gotta get dirty.
Alright, cool. So sometimes doing the little things that, like being more like hands-on with gifts, like trying to be more spontaneous instead of just asking what she want. Using your resources to do things that she likes, you know what I'm saying? Taking her to certain places, you know what I'm saying? Find out what she's really into. Taking that time to find out what she's really into could like push your imagination to really start, you know, getting the ball rolling too, you know, getting back in position.
What if her problems are more so like you? Like what if, for example, what if your girl feels like you don't have no purpose in life. Like you just, when you're home, you just sit around and all you do is like play video games. Like you have a job, but you're not really passionate about your job. What if she wants something more? What if she wants you to be more passionate about life and you're not doing that to her? How would you fix something like that?
Ooh, that's a personality problem though, because that's not a problem either. Because what do you mean by passionate about life? Like, what if you're content and happy and you're making good money at your job? You want me to be passionate about leaving? Like,
well, if you're,
I don't want to leave. I'm happy. I'm making good money.
Oh, if you're happy,
maybe you're not happy with your.
If you're happy and you're content, that's different. Yeah. But if you go to your job every day and you don't find value in the job that you do, and
that's not a her problem. That's a you problem.
But that's if you guys are.
Why are you mad at me because I'm not feeling happy about my job?
If you guys are together, then it's
every argument with his girl. I can tell.
It's a
It's so funny because I don't really argue like that, but when I do,
no, it's a both of you problem. It's both of y'all problems because y'all are together.
I don't see that as a both of you problem. If she sees fault with you not being passionate about something, you not being more passionate about your job, you play video games, is that and the third. She sees fault in what you're doing. Now, if she says to you, like, I feel like you could be doing more, that's different than her just looking at you playing video games like, oh, this nigga again on the game.
So
like,
your girl can always feel when you're not fully satisfied.
I get that.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this.
Until you play a Fortnite tournament and secure the bag, then she gonna be like, hey,
let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this.
It better be good.
If you, if you guys, when you in your relationship, wow.
Go ahead, bro.
When you
nigga mustache is glistening.
My mustache. Alright, when you in your relationship.
When you're in your relationship.
Alright, so you guys are in relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys one, or do you guys become one when you take the step of being married?
I think you become one when you're married. That's like the official being. In my opinion, that's the officially like we are one.
What about y'all?
I'm not answering that question, but what was your
my point was it was basically going back to what you were saying. You were saying, shit, it's my business. Whether I'm happy at wherever I'm at or not, it's my business. Mm-hmm. It could be a toxic thing because you are trying to build with somebody. Mm-hmm. But
let me challenge you.
Okay, challenge me.
You're saying that's a toxic thing because you saying that's your business.
go ahead.
You saying that's your business.
Stupid.
You saying that's your business because you wanna be happy. You're happy where you're at, and she's upset, and she's thinking that she's growing away from you because you're content in where you want to be. Mm. That's to me, that's a little selfish on her part because she's not happy that you're happy. She wants.
That's not.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that she's necessarily happy.
Let me finish. She wants you to. She obviously she's better than you, which is fine. But at the end of the day, it's not up to her to want you to do what she wants you to do. It's up to you to want to do that. And
but if I'm
not finished,
my bad. Tag me when you finish.
She shouldn't put that pressure on you to do what she thinks is best for you, because maybe what she thinks is best for you isn't what's best for you.
Alright, let me ask this real quick. That was aimed at
Actually,
what
Gus,
that was aimed at what I asked, right?
I was aimed at actually.
No,
Well,
but that was
I already aimed my response. So
Drew can go.
All right, go ahead. Drew.
that was aimed at what I asked you earlier when I said about
Si, senor.
right. Okay. So I wasn't talking about if you were happy and you were content. My question was geared towards what if you're not happy with your job, and what if you hate your job and you come home every day
You're complacent.
and you're not only are you complacent but you're miserable, and you come home and you have no type of fire in you.
And
All you want to do is play video games, watch TV, and just chill, which is nothing wrong with that. But what if your girl?
I think the video games might be something wrong with that. But.
I mean, not necessarily, because there are people,
Okay.
there are functional video game heads. But what if she finds a problem with that? Because she's gonna feel that you're not, you don't have no like, you know, ambition. You don't have no drive to something bigger. What?
So-
if, how would you?
so
how could you fix something like that?
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say, like, you either find a way. Maybe she could be like, maybe she could try to inspire you to do something instead of just nagging and say, "Oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that." Maybe you could be like, "Oh, I see that you're interested in this. Maybe you could do X, Y, and Z." Or, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be my partner, be my partner. Help assist me. If you see that I'm down in the dumps, you know, help pull me up instead of stomping me out.
Thank you,
With
brother.
the Tim song.
All right, so to that point, I was gonna say,
My heart.
like, what if back in my bad habit that I outgrown was being defensive. So sometimes the pot calling the kettle black. What if she coming at you? what if there's situations where somebody's nagging you for not growing, but they're not growing themselves. They in the same place they've been, but they looking at you.
Question.
You want me to answer this?
No,
question?
I'll answer your question. I actually wanna. I wanna. Okay.
When
You know, basically, yeah. What do you think about those situations where the person is complaining about their significant other, even though they're not doing any better?
Well,
So wait, you can answer that.
Because I was gonna say.
Can I? Ooh, I just go ahead.
Nah,
Because I feel like if y'all in that situation, y'all shouldn't be in a relationship.
I agree.
That's my opinion.
there's a lot of relationships like that.
And they should not be in relationships.
I agree. I don't feel like you should be in a relationship with that person.
You still need some type of individuality, some type of self-awareness. Some like if you are focused on someone else that much and you're not even focusing on yourself, that's a problem. You're not gonna go nowhere in your relationship. That's why you should spend some time alone
For a year.
For a year.
for a year.
Go on dates on
We got any
weekends.
comments on
Yeah.
Yo, what you doing with my water?
I put it right here.
I'm just about to say.
Hit that.
To the question.
Rosemika says, responding to Drew, in that situation, the girl just isn't happy seeing you not satisfied with yourself. Right. She doesn't like the fact that you are unhappy with your life.
I thought we moved on from the topic, so
I'm just saying.
Alright, so you answered the question for everybody. I all agree that if in situations where somebody is nagging you, even though their shit ain't any different, I think
Y'all need to take a step back from your relationship.
I don't really think so. I think if your woman sees that you're unfulfilled in life and she wants to push you to be fulfilled, that doesn't necessarily mean like you have to like break up.
But if she's not, in his situation where she's not even fulfilling her life.
Right. That's different. If she's just nagging you and she's not happy herself, it's just two miserable people together.
But because if you have a passion, right? If you have a passion and you're in pursuit of it, and she sees that, and then she's not moving on anything, then it's up to her to find something for herself. Because it's not your job to find what she's passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Like she has to figure out on her own. You could assist her do that, but it's never gonna be like.
But that person has to want to do it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. She has to want to do it.
have y'all ever been in a situation where you was doing you, but somebody had a problem with you doing you?
Yes.
You may not be in the happiest of places, but you dealing with it on your own.
I had a situation.
And somebody's
I had a situation one time. It was one of my exes, and we were working at the same job together, and I wanted out. Like I wanted out of that shit. I was there for like 3 years, and I was tired of being at that job, and I actually got 2 job offers at the same time, and my plan was to take both of them, and she was extremely unhappy about that. Like she was like, why are you taking both? To her credit, she was saying that we wouldn't have as much time to spend together, but I was happy as hell because I was getting out of that job situation, and she just wasn't happy for me. And one of the things that she said was, she said that she felt like if I'm not happy with my job, I can quit and she will take care of me. That's what she was saying.
How long y'all was together?
2 years, almost 2 years.
And she was willing to take care of you with no job.
She was like, basically she would be able to.
She was gonna hang
That's
that
a
shit
control
over your
issue,
head, bro.
That's a control issue.
I would never want that.
Because
She wanted what she wanted.
no.
It's selfish.
I was just gonna let you say.
No, you had said.
No, no.
Spit it
Yeah,
out.
drink some more coffee, bro.
I was saying that's a control thing. Is why you have to take care of me just for you to be happy. Why can't you just be happy for me to want to grow and leave a situation that I'm not happy with? So you saying that you can.
That's what I'm saying. Some people just don't have your best intentions. Like they don't feel like they don't care about. They care about your happiness, but they care more so about them. Yeah. For example, she wanted to be happy. She wanted to be content with the relationship, and she felt like me exceeding in a job and another job was gonna take away from the relationship. Just like she would always tell me like back then I used to take rapping more seriously, and when I used to rap, she used to be like, oh, so like if you make it, like what does that mean for us? And I'm like,
What?
if I make it, I make it. Like we good. What are you talking about? Like she used to be like, basically whenever she saw an opportunity for me to grow, to me to go to a higher position, she felt some type of way about it.
But control issue, like you said.
You should have said back. You should have said to her, "Well, if you had this opportunity to do it, would you do it?" And see what she said.
She would say,
Because like, and you should have been like, "I want you to be honest with me. You tell me that if you were living in a situation that you hated, you're gonna stay at that situation that you hate, just to make me happy." That makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I think I had two things. First thing I want to ask you is a yes or no question. In a relationship, can you still, like, are you, alright, in a relationship, right? If you're not married, is it wrong to put yourself before your girl?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. What about you?
Nah, it's not.
You?
Nah, it's never wrong to put yourself in front of anybody.
Okay.
I think
Sometimes people don't know that, and people put their girl before themselves, and they get lost.
Have you ever put your girl in front of yourself?
In front of myself? Yes, I put my girl in front of myself.
I think it's a healthy balance. I think if it's an opportunity for you and it's a perfect, like a really good opportunity, you can talk it with your significant other. But I see no reason why you can't jump on a good opportunity for yourself, because at the end of the day, when it push comes to shove, if something happens between you and her, God forbid, then you just have yourself.
Yeah, that's
I was also.
I made it like after that relationship. I realized I would never be with someone that wasn't excited for my growth.
Yeah.
Like and I'm and vice versa. I gotta be excited for you. Like if there's a new opportunity, I gotta be excited for that. If someone is not excited for your happiness, for your fulfilling whatever you want to fulfill, then they're not meant for you. They're not meant to be in a relationship.
Yeah, they're really not.
So my next question for you guys is, I mean, when it comes to growth, you have to sacrifice. You have to let things go. So do you guys have anything that y'all, like what have you guys sacrificed in your life to get to where you are now?
My body.
Cool.
Elaborate.
I mean, nah.
My body. This nigga was a hoe.
Not at a certain point, like I was fat. I'll put it that way, like because I was so invested in my relationship, trying to make shit happen for me. It's like my health came second, so I was like, damn, like all this stuff is happening. Now I look in the mirror and there's just round niggas in front of me. I'm like,
This round nigga.
what the fuck is this? This is not who I'm used to seeing. So, like, I had to take a step back and really take care of myself.
Yeah.
You gotta sacrifice eating habits as well to get there.
Yeah, you definitely have to sacrifice.
Yeah,
you have to
right.
sacrifice your old mind state. Like, you can't think when it comes to weights and like health. You cannot think the same way you used to think about food, about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like food, essentially cannot be a pleasure for you anymore. Like it has to just be like, all right, I'm eating to fuel
my body.
And that's how I looked at it when I was losing weight, because I was fat too, and I was just.
Y'all both was fat?
We wasn't fat together. Shake was in shape in high school.
Yeah.
But I was fat in high school.
What about you, Austin? You was fat?
I'm still fat.
I have pictures, but I have pictures. But I mean, in a picture book.
Oh man.
Drew.
But
Yeah,
you gotta think about your whole mind state has to change on food, man. For real.
What about?
Yeah, I sacrifice like friendships.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that too.
A lot of friendships I sacrificed because I started moving a lot faster than others, and I kind of tried to get other people to move with me, but I realized they just wasn't in the same mindset. So instead of slowing down myself, I decided to sacrifice that and.
I'm actually going,
You
I'm
ever
going
had
through
someone?
that now, actually.
You ever had someone accuse you of being better than them because of that?
Yeah.
Or trying
Yeah,
to be
but
better?
I always go about myself like being humble, so I never like shine or flash. I'm not flashy like that or anything. So it's like I never got into a situation where anyone felt like jealous or because I don't put it out there that way. So it's more like, hey, let's do this. All right, cool. I go do it, but I'm not flashy, so it's not like I'm like, oh, he didn't want to come, so I'm not. Look, this is what I'm doing. I'm not like that. So it's like I presented an opportunity for you to move forward with me, but if you don't want to do that, then I'm still gonna move forward.
Yeah, you still do your thing.
Yeah, so it's like I sacrifice a lot of friendships because of that.
Yeah, how do you catch yourself? Wait, Kyrie.
Come on, Shake.
So. Nah, but I lost a friend.
Fuck, I'm getting a cramp. My bad.
Come on, LeBron.
You ever seen the Tai Chi?
Come on.
Is this SpongeBob?
You ever seen the Tai Chi
All
people?
the way
The old ladies in the park and they be like this.
They do that.
What's wrong with you?
Yo,
Sit
sit
down,
down,
man.
man.
Swinging, nigga.
You over here swinging.
Over there thrusting hips. Go ahead,
Look,
Kyrie.
man, weird, yo.
So
I'm using that clip.
I got this job in college that my friend wanted, and she was the one who was like gung ho about applying to this job. She was like, "You should do it, but I really want the job." Da 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 da. I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Like I used to smoke weed every day. Come home at like.
You used to smoke?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Still do. But but like when I was in college, I smoked a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when I first transferred upstate.
What is high Kyrie like? I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's like what I'm sounding like right now. But yeah, so you did cut me off. So we got the letters in the mailbox, and she was like, "Oh, I can't wait." So I was like, "Yeah, whatever. If I don't get it, I don't get it." So she got the letter, and she was opening it, and she was mad quiet. So I was like, yeah, maybe I didn't get the job either. She would start walking away, and then she came back. She's like, what'd you get? And I opened my letter. She was paused. It was kind of big. I was like, oh fuck. So I started opening. I was like,
You got
let's just say I got it. She was like, what? I can't believe you got the job. And like she wasn't excited or happy for me. She just left and was mad. I was like,
Yo, that's
damn.
when people show their true colors.
Yeah.
That moment right there is true colors.
She stopped talking
bro.
to me for months.
Oh no, I was about to say her initial reaction for not. I mean,
Bro, she didn't talk to me.
that's
She was
crazy.
like-
She was
nah,
part of
this
the reason
nigga
why
got
I went
she
to
was-
that
yeah.
school because we were cool. We were close back in the day, and she was like, when I got the job and she didn't get the job, she was like, I can't believe you got the job, like trying to put me down because
That's crazy.
she thought she was better than me, and I was like, maybe I wanted to say maybe they just didn't think you were good.
That's
But-
crazy.
I really hope that shit humbled you.
Yeah,
That is
nah,
humble
it-
for sure.
it's
Yeah,
actually-
for
she's
real.
actually doing good things now. Like she's
Fuck
like,
her.
She's like in politics and shit like that.
Shout out. What's her name?
I'm not gonna do that.
Nah.
But
Do you ever feel bad about outgrowing your people that you used to hang out with, relationships?
Nah.
You feel bad?
I don't feel bad.
At first, like my plan was to include like most of my friends in what I was doing. Not this group. This group, you know what I'm saying? We can do things. You know what I'm saying? You cool. Alright. You alright. You? Yeah.
That's my man.
But
Yeah.
like it came to a point like recently. I was talking to my boys about they wanted to like put money up to do like this 2K thing, right? I didn't buy 2K this year. I just wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're trash.
Shut up. And I was just focused on other things. And then I was like, yo, why don't we take that money we invest into the game to invest into something else? And I just got like we not doing that. So I was like, once I heard that, I was like, maybe I'm just on a different time. So I was like, I'm gonna let y'all do you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna find a way to, invest in myself and try to make something, because it's coming to the point where unless 2K putting money in my pocket, it doesn't make sense for me to keep playing it every day.
That's a fact. I don't remember the last time I bought a game.
I think we
Play
need to.
Fortnite, it's free.
I don't even like. I got it and I archived it. But I think surrounding yourself by like-minded individuals and like people who like strive for excellence. Honestly, I mean, I'm already self-motivated, but that motivates me more to be better. Just because I feel like, yo,
they hold you accountable.
Like they can do it, I can do it. Like there's no reason why. And I still feel like I can be friends with people who I've outgrown, but the friendship is on a different level. Like it's not like, you know, I'm like going to them, hanging with them, doing shit that I shouldn't be doing. Like I'm like, you know, like, hey, you know, why don't you do this? But if they don't do it, that's their life. I'm not focused on trying to help them. I'm focused on me by just keeping them at arm's bay.
That shit is sad though. Like when you come across friends who you've known like in the past and they still doing the same exact thing that they were doing before.
You also take effect. Sometimes they go through different experiences that may push them to a different path than you. Maybe they're not as strong as you as a person by their experiences.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Like when you, like, I'm going based off of what Austin said a little bit. It's kind of like off of what Shake said as well. It's like, I think we're all kind of the type of people that if you have information, you're gonna share with somebody because you want them to grow you want them to grow with you. Yeah. But I feel like as we get older, we realize that like, okay, not Drew. We realize that I can't wait for you. Like I've personally been in situations, even with doing skits, where I realized I can't wait for somebody. Like, and when I first started doing YouTube videos, I was dependent on my friends, and sometimes my friends flake. And when my friends flake, YouTube, he was my first YouTube video. Pause. Right, but I realized that like depending on your friends, because sometimes it can discourage you. You can lose ambition, you can lose motivation, especially when you fresh with an idea and they like everybody like they with it, and then when the time comes, they're not there. So I learned to be more independent based off of those situations. And me being independent, I had to I distanced myself from them, and I reached certain levels because of that.
I think let me clarify why I said not me with what you said. I've come to a place where I don't offer someone information if I don't feel like they're in the mind space to take it. Like a lot of times you'll share something with someone and it's like it's one ear and out the other.
Yeah. Maybe they don't see it now, but
exactly.
But maybe later on they might think about it like, oh, you know, maybe he was right.
When I have a conversation with you, and I feel like, all right, we here, like we on the same. Then I would start saying shit. Like with Gus, when I first started talking to him, immediately I realized like he wanted better. Like that's all he talked about. Like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And like I saw, so like off jump we clicked. Off jump it was like he was telling me about
love at first sight.
You gay? He was telling me.
No, look at Kyrie.
He was telling me about certain things, and he was like. We was just talking about shit. We was on the same wavelength, so it made it easy when the podcast came about to be like, all right, do you want to be? I was like, yeah, sure. Like,
wait, where did you guys meet?
At the gym.
You stupid.
Who came up to him first?
I see Drew. I'm telling you what happened. I seen Drew lifting the 5-pound weight. I was like, oh, you need help. I was like, yo, what's up, nigga? What's up with you? You know what I'm talking about? You need help with the curl, man. You ain't doing that right. You need your triceps. He was like, oh, my triceps.
Anyway,
like, your triceps. But
what I'm trying to say is that sometimes
shut up, my nigga, shut up.
It's a waste of energy and it's a waste of time to talk to someone who is not ready for what you're about to tell them.
I've learned that as I've grown. But I'm talking about being younger. Like me, when I was younger, my idea was for everybody. I still hold it to this day. I want to be around people who have passions and they striving for their passions. Because I draw from that energy.
So like how you said, you want like-minded people around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like if I see a potential in you, I'm gonna try to push you. And sometimes it backfires because it's like I get frustrated with the people that I'm possibly trying to motivate because it's like, yo, man, you not.
Or they get frustrated with you. Like, why you always come around here talking that shit? We trying to chill and smoke and do whatever we want to do. Like, why you always coming around here talking about this shit? Like, we ain't trying to hear that right now.
Yeah, come on, man. Nigga, next week, man. Come on. Man. And it's just like, damn, like that shit just frustrating. So it's like, and at that moment, you gotta tell yourself either I'm gonna waste my energy, keep trying to pick somebody up, or I'm gonna say, you know what? When he come around, he come around. And like, when he's ready, when she's ready, I'm here. But other than that, I'm gonna do my own thing.
You know what sucks?
Gus used to do that to me a lot.
What?
Just keep. He was like, yo, I need the potential. Like, you not living to your potential.
He still does that shit.
That's good, though.
No.
That's a good thing.
Because I needed it. So
yeah.
when I started Cause then when I started putting out content, he be the first one to hit me. I was like, "See ya, I was telling you, like."
That's how he talks. That's how he talks every time.
Hey, yo, my man.
Now you need that though. Like it's good to have, cause I feel like a lot of times I talk to people, especially like younger kids, and I be like, you can see potential in them. You can see like something, the way that they talk or something that they do, and you be like, yo, this kid could be like something if he wanted to.
I think one of the worst things is wasted potential. You know, it's like, you know, somebody you grew up with is mad smart. Like I have a really good friend who's like mad smart, and it's just life just put him on a different path.
Yeah.
But every time I think, I'm like, yo, like this dude really could have like
That's a fact.
made someone for himself, and like we were really close friends. I mean, we're still like friends, but the friendship isn't the same.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, I see him, the shit he goes through. I'm just like, I try to help him so many times. It's like I had to learn to take myself out this situation and let my friend. I mean, he's gotten a little better in life now, but like I used to say, like, damn, like what if? His life could have been so different.
I try until a certain point. I realize I'm like, this nigga's gonna do whatever he wanna do, so I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
But at least I said, like, that's me. I feel like if I say something, I'm good. Yeah. But like I always have to say something, like,
because your conscience.
Yeah. I just put it out there. It's like, hey, this is this. Like this is the last time I'm telling you, but this is this.
How do we
now
know?
You should move forward.
How do we know what we're saying is even good though? Like,
because it's good to you, it doesn't mean it's great
to somebody else. Like, how do we quantify? Like, yo, what I'm saying is actually right. It may not. We may not. I mean, in logically speaking, we may be right, but it may not work for everybody else. What works for you may not work for everybody else.
I learned that. I learned throughout, just even in relationships, like, you know, in a relationship, there's two ideas. There's two people who think their perception is right, what they feel is right. And if you don't vocalize whatever, you don't get it on the table, it's always gonna be confusion. Yeah. And what I've learned is, like, listen, like I'm a person who I get down nitty gritty. Like, I can be unhappy for 2-3 weeks to reach my goal. Some people can't work that way. Some people gotta, like, I gotta slow it down a little bit more. I gotta actually have a plan. Like, some people, it's kind of like basically like this. I can act without a plan. Some people need a plan before they can act. And so, I could be built with qualities that can make me successful at doing that without planning. Somebody else may not have those qualities.
You try to push those qualities on your person. Be like, yo, you can do this because I see that it's working for me. Yeah. So, like, if you do this way, it'll work for you, and then you get pushback, so you get frustrated because that person is giving you that pushback that you don't want to hear because you think that what your way is telling them.
And the reality is, it's like they're not you.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's on their own.
They're not you.
And I think it just takes open-mindedness sometimes. Like, I mean, like,
I had to grow to realize that.
Yeah.
I had to grow.
Shut your ass up.
But
leave their ass in the dirt.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna ask everybody, like, you know, I think we've all grown for the most part since I'm just gonna say high school.
Of course you're gonna say high school.
We all grown.
Your whole reference in life is high
Gus
school.
like 30.
Never mind.
Gus been out of high school for 18 years.
Alright, so I'm gonna say, what is one thing that's gotten you, if you can say one main thing that's gotten you to the place you're at mentally or even physically, what's one thing that you had to either let go or adopt to get
cutting
you
away pleasures. That's one thing that got me to
what kind of pleasures?
Just, I don't have a TV in my room. I gave my TV to my mom. I don't watch shows. I watch, like, the last show I watched was Game of Thrones because I binge watch, and when I binge watch something I can't stop. But other than that, I really don't watch shows like that. And it's hard for me to even fully watch a whole movie. Like, I have to force myself to sit down and, like, stay connected to the movie because I always feel like I could be doing something else. So, like, simple pleasures like that is what I sacrifice for some type of growth. Not saying, and I'm not trying to say that those things are they don't work for everybody, but I know for me, I can waste a lot of time watching TV. I can spend a whole day watching a show. Right. I can spend a whole day watching multiple movies, shit like that.
And it makes you feel guilty when you actually do.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you like
those guilty pleasures.
And nothing's worse than watching a movie and knowing you have something else to do, like knowing that you could be doing something else.
Totally agree.
So I just cut all that shit out.
I did that a long time ago. Yeah. Like, everything I consume, I was like, why would I watch this TV show? I could watch a video learning about something.
Exactly.
So it's like, Like, I'd rather watch this video, learn about something than do it.
You've been doing that since you was young. Before you just cut out all cartoons. You like,
fuck that.
Nigga.
Cartoons, nigga.
Nigga didn't go outside. Nigga didn't have a scooter. Nigga
Nigga just looking out the window.
Nigga was born with a motorcycle. You had a big old bike.
Yeah, the scooter with 3 wheels.
Nah, I had one of them metal razor scooters. Them shits that
hit you.
Yeah. Oh, that shit break your ankle.
You had that helmet too.
Hurt.
Nah, no damn helmet.
What about you, Kyrie?
Yeah, the helmet.
My mom did make my
Kyrie had rollerblades in the helmet.
All right, we got a quick question. Hold on, my fault.
Niggas
It's
Lucho
Lucho Amor said, quick question. How do you cope with a breakup after a long-term relationship?
That's a good question.
I love the questions. Keep asking them. That's a great question, actually.
That is a great question.
Can I go?
Nah, let Shay go, because these
I can't
niggas...
speak out of experience for this, so...
Sweet. You got.
Can I go?
Yo,
Read the question one more time.
He says, quick question. How do you cope with a breakup after a long-term relationship? Salute from Cali. Shout out to Cali.
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have to like when coming out of a breakup, you just really have to find yourself, because you're so used to being with somebody all the time. It's like you just gotta find that time to yourself to really just, you know, to rebuild again. Because you gotta realize that you can't be dependent on that person anymore. Now you gotta just focus on how you could build. Like, all right, you used to be interested in stuff before you met this person. Maybe you get back into the swing of things. Maybe you find new hobbies, talk to new people, go out. Cause once you stay dormant, that's when you get caught up in the what ifs. Oh man, I should have did this in the relationship. I should have did that. You can't really focus on that. Now it's like, if you know the relationship is no chance for rekindling, it's over, you just gotta try to find a way to move on. Because that person, even though they may be hurting as well, they most likely they're gonna find a way to move on too. So
You just gotta get you a rebound.
do not get you a rebound.
Go out and get you someone else.
Do not get a
You're gonna
rebound.
forget about her
It
real
helps.
quick.
It helps. New
Definitely
experience
helps.
helps. If you keep, it's like I obviously got
I'll tell you to go out there and get some. I'll tell you.
Gus got
Hold on.
some experience.
I'll tell you to go get some banyan, some new banyan. But
That's
don't,
what I mean. That goes
yeah,
into
but
the
don't
same
get a
category.
rebound though, because a rebound
That's
can
a
potentially be a
Nah,
relationship.
exactly. Rebound is
I mean,
wrong.
if y'all gotta go on dates a couple times,
Rebound.
go on your dates.
Alright.
He said, "Oh, I'm getting played, ha ha ha." So he getting cheeks. He getting cheeks.
Sometimes, like, but if you trying to, hold on.
Go ahead, bro.
Yo, don't touch my shoulder. Like, you know that's my spot. At the end of the day, though.
Talk from experience.
Alright, so, calm your energy down.
You taking too long. The man want to hear something. Listen, I
So what? Hey. So
when I start talking, you want
I'm about to talk right now.
You making
Alright,
noise.
so basically, what I did was a little bit of what Shake said, which is finding yourself, figuring out what makes you happy. Another thing is to analyze your relationship, see what went wrong, and see if you could grow from it. Because I feel like if you don't find what's the word I'm looking for? Closure. If you don't get that closure, it's hard to move on. If you don't know what happened, like you don't know why it happened, it's hard to move on. Especially if you still like, a lot of times long-term relationships that end into a breakup is like, damn, all that time, you actually become one with the person.
I disagree.
It takes time.
What's long term?
Oh, let me hear this.
Long
Let
term.
me hear what Kyrie's saying.
I feel like you shouldn't even be thinking about your relationship, because that's just gonna make you even more mad as to why your relationship didn't work.
I'm saying what worked for me,
Well,
though.
it's hard to say
It
you
worked for
shouldn't
me.
think about it. Like you.
I'm not saying it's not easy, but
It
I'm
worked
saying
for me, though.
All right, let him finish.
I think like
I didn't finish, though.
You done.
Go ahead.
No, you could go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had more to say.
I didn't speak.
Hold on. He said. Oh no, Mika said when you lay down at night, you feel empty if you don't deal with it.
Going up what Gus said deal with it.
So what I was saying.
He said, Lucho Amor said, we were together for 6 years. I knew each other they knew each other for
You
10.
got something like right here, bro. It's killing me. It's alright, cool.
Shut up, Siri.
I mean, sometimes you think you know somebody, cause you.
Terrible.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to figure out what you're
example.
No, I'm right. Sometimes you think you know somebody to the point where you could form something and it doesn't work out.
Let me give my advice. All right.
Trash. They gonna tell you take a flight.
No, I haven't had a crazy breakup, crazy heartbreak. So you might think I can't answer the question, but I feel like I've gone through things in life in general that need to take time, and you need to. A lot of people try and find other ways.
Quick fix.
They try and find other ways to deal with their problem or deal with their pain, and pain is pain, regardless of where it comes from. Like, you feel pain for a bunch of things, and the only way to deal with pain is to accept it, is to embrace it, and just give it time, and then eventually it'll work itself out. But people don't like to feel hurt. Like, they be like, oh no, like I'm my heart is broken, blah blah, like I need to, like, no,
especially men.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's
I don't
gonna
like
take
to feel
time.
nothing.
Yeah.
You just need time
at all.
Sometimes you need to cry. Sometimes you need to let all that built up.
Austin,
I tried to
all
cry.
that built up feelings out, because you mess around, have all those feelings in you, and you lash out at somebody because it's overflowing.
At the end of my relationship, I tried to cry and I couldn't cry. I tried. I looked in the mirror, like I felt.
No, show how you tried to cry.
Nigga told his pops to beat him, nigga.
What? My father ain't Joe Jackson.
How do you try and cry?
Rest in peace.
You wanna cry, boy?
How do you try and cry?
Racist nigga.
How you try to cry? Listen to some Neo. Have a fan.
So bad.
Niggas in here dancing.
Dude. And he got the same birthday as me, so that's my man. But just trying to, like, really.
No, how did you try and cry?
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, how did I try to cry? It was kind of like I was trying to
get this man off this.
It was like I felt hurt, and I was trying to explore the hurt a little bit more.
So you were, like, thinking of things that would make you cry.
No, I wasn't thinking of things that make me cry. I was trying to explore my hurt, my pain that I felt.
You just wasn't in that much pain to cry.
I was in pain.
Not enough pain to cry.
I couldn't let the song cry though.
Not enough pain.
Oh, okay. That was the Brooklyn joke.
JB said, if you don't reevaluate your relationship, JB said, if you don't reevaluate your relationship, those problems will keep coming through your next relationships. Well, what if it was the other person?
I think that's a good point to bring up, like thinking about your future relationship and going into your future relationship being mentally strong. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you come into a relationship mentally strong, you know your passions, you know yourself, you know who you are. It wouldn't be that tough leaving out of another relationship, in my opinion. I feel like if you have the capability of coming out of a long-term relationship, but you have so much interest to keep yourself busy, right? You accept the fact that it's over, but you have so much stuff to keep you busy and keep your life going, and you're outgoing, and like you still have a sense of self. Yeah. Sometimes people leave these relationships and they have no sense of self during the relationship, so when they leave, they still don't know, like, who they are.
Sense of self is very important.
What if they don't have anybody? What if they have to, like, restart everything all over again?
Sometimes it's
No, I know. I believe people should come out their comfort zone. Like, I feel like when you're in, like, a long-term relationship and you break up, I think you need to, like, try to come out your comfort zone and meet new people and do different things to make yourself happy, because you explore who you are as opposed to who you were in a relationship.
And I feel like you.
So, did I say something that's funny?
No, I was just thinking, like, I know how I cope.
6 years is a long time.
I feel like you also have to.
That's it.
I was like, don't ask me, because
I'm just going out there.
I haven't.
But Shay, what were you saying, Shay?
I haven't experienced that.
Sometimes I be talking and then they just like, you shut the fuck up, Shay.
That's like, I'll just do a YouTube video.
You say you're going to do a YouTube video?
Yeah, I feel like I'll just go do a video.
Hey guys, it's, Austin Felix here again.
Sad news today.
I think the process is. I think it's the process is to feel bad a little bit. Shit, it's okay to feel bad. Don't ignore it. Just feel bad. You're gonna be sad and stuff. Just
you gotta
deal with it.
You gotta
that's just, but don't get to the point where you're stagnant. Like, don't sit in it for too long. It's like, give yourself, okay, I'm in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I'm gonna feel bad.
Nah, 2 or 3 weeks. Sometimes it's gonna take longer than that. But it's fine. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
like,
think you can
fine.
put a time limit on healing. You have to heal at your own pace.
I'm just saying, from my experience.
Just
Yeah,
remember
but
that you are your own individual.
Yes, do
Yeah,
what.
so
do
I'm
what
saying,
makes you happy.
my opinion. This is what
But
I
don't
did.
don't say you need to. That's basically.
At the end of the day, I think I said something that he needed to do, which is face his
Okay.
opinion. I mean, face his feelings.
As well as I feel like you should don't touch my fingers. I feel like you should also reevaluate.
Facts.
You should reevaluate the relationship. Cool.
I could have sworn someone just said that.
Yeah, I
To
did.
reevaluate the relationship.
Yeah, someone
me.
literally just said that.
Me. I said that in the beginning, though.
Hey,
what was your
what you
purpose?
listening to? Shit, come on.
And what's your purpose saying reevaluate?
Oh my
the
god.
To learn from it.
You want Gus to repeat himself, nigga?
I
Get
did,
him on.
but I just said it. I just said what I just answered the question real fast.
Listen,
Just shut up.
why you so
Shut up.
defensive?
Read
Why
the
you
shit
so
that you said
defensive?
facts.
All I was saying is to reevaluate.
I thought you grew out of it.
Sir, Sonic, slow down. All I was saying is. You good?
Hey, yo.
I was just saying you should reevaluate the relationship to see everything that you could bring to a new relationship if you ever do get to a new relationship. Because some
Literally
people
just said that.
some
We
people-
literally I'm sorry. We
You
literally
are
just
annoying,
said that.
nigga. You be ready to
We literally just said
Go
that.
back to
exact
Korea.
If you didn't know Drew's Korean, huh?
same- We literally just said that.
Alright.
But my fault, shit.
No.
Oh, you want to read it?
Yeah, Mika said you have to remember that you were living fine before that person.
So you just turn flagrant.
That's weird.
JB said it's usually both people. I feel the partner you choose is a mere reflection of yourself. Ooh, who JB?
I feel like the
I
partner
feel
you
like-
choose
we
most
know-
likely is like your mom.
What?
You never heard of that?
I heard of that,
That's a
which was a
psychological
scary
thing.
what you call
I
it.
believe it
That's
though.
a psychological.
So you with
It's
your
a
mom?
scary what you call it.
It's not being with your mom. It's a reflection of
You're
your.
a weirdo. Say with your mom, man.
That isn't that like who is that? That's Freud, right?
Freud?
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud. He came up with that theory that we.
Every guy wants to kill his dad, sleep with his mom.
And
Every
sleep
girl wants to kill her mom and sleep with her dad.
Thank you.
You're smart.
Young
You're
educated
smart.
man.
I said you're smart. This guy's smart.
I came
You
up
love
with
that
you
shit.
did. You did.
Look, Gus tight. Why you tight? Come on. You can-
This guy's smart,
Oh, yeah.
smart guy.
He also said, I didn't finish reading JB. He said some things do differ, but their problems could possibly be your problem if you choose not to face.
Damn, Ben Simmons should have 3.
What?
Great, Kyrie.
Smooth.
Alright.
Real smooth. Are we
Very
going
smooth. That was a great question though.
Yeah,
shout out to Lucha Moore.
All right, any
I
guy?
hope we help.
Yeah, I definitely hope we help.
Yeah, please email us if you have any more
Why are you
questions.
doing this over here? Then that way.
Please email us if you have any more questions.
Still the whole swag.
Clean glasses.
Clean your hairline.
You have no hairline. What are you talking about?
Ooh.
I don't even know where it starts.
Y'all hairline.
Look at this shit.
on
You
the
got a
track.
pink. You got 2 fucking horns on your fucking on your hairline.
How many
bro.
angles you have in yours?
Nigga. That was a good one. I don't even know what that means. Drew, why you trying to kill the fun? Damn. Two fucking spaghetti fucking head. Mop head.
Spaghetti head.
Nah, the
You
shit was
mad?
funny. Relax.
You mad? Why you
Shit was
mad?
funny. Relax. Fucking mad. Look at
That
that.
shit right there.
You bad. You bad. Ha.
Damn, Gus.
Ha.
Y'all are funny.
Fun police.
Ostrich.
I didn't. What is it? Oedipus?
Oedipus.
Oh,
Oedipus
Oedipus.
complex.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
That's how you spell
High
it?
school.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oedipus. All right, so.
I would have never spelled that right.
Mika knows. See?
All right, has everybody got their thoughts out?
Nah, I got one more thought.
All right, what's your thought?
Go ahead, because you're trying to roast me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just playing.
He said, I just think it's funny how.
All right, well, I want to thank the audience for coming out.
Round of applause for the chat today. This was a great chat.
All right, one more minute. Y'all want to say something else? One more question?
No, if they did, they would have said it.
Yo,
more
email us
question?
at yahmansandthemlive@gmail.com if you have any more questions.
For more questions,
Or you can
love.
shoot us a DM. Shoot us a DM.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Instagram.
I'm going to let them know right now.
So, talk to him, Shake.
So,
Say it with your chest.
Little ass
the one you don't have, right? Punk ass bitch.
Oh.
Anyway,
He called you a beach.
I called you a bird.
Why you acting like a bee? It's Rose Drew.
Anyway, so
Sorry.
we are going to, once you start submitting your emails or DMs to Yah Mans and Them Live, we are going to start doing at gmail.com. We are going to start doing the live letter.
Live letter.
So with the live letter.
Can you let the man
So
finish?
with the live letter, we
I tell you, you make sounds, bro.
So with the live letter, we read we say like two emails. We read 2 emails. It could be confidential if you want, and we'll read it. We'll read it, answer any questions, any thoughts you may have, and yeah, that's it.
All right, so
And we not doing skits either.
Is he talking
So,
about?
yo, that's funny because somebody commented.
I know, I saw that.
Is he talking about him and
We're
Gus?
gonna do
Or
some
he talking
promo
about us?
videos.
You talking about skits with us?
You want to
Wait, what skits? Are you talking about Yah Mans and Them live skits?
I don't know.
Or are you talking about like
All the ones I've been wanting to do, which I let Joe Budden beat me to it.
punch me in my face?
all right, you just finished watching Yah Mans and Them Live. I'm your man's Gus the Third.
I'm your man's Bello.
Oh, no.
I'm your man's Austin Felix.
I'm your man's Kyrie.
And I'm your man's Shakespeare.
You know.
The letter U-K-N-O-W.
Who the fuck is Gina?
Last Shakespeare. Okay,
Why you
Shakespeare.
the only one that
Follow
gets a
me
follow?
everywhere.
A follow shout out.
And you might find me everywhere. You understand me? Because I
Yeah,
take the time to
outro
do
is long
that
as fuck.
shit, bitch. Alright? You're gonna stop talking to me. You and the orange wonder gonna cool the fuck.
The Orange Wonder.
And this was Yah Mans and